You know, this is the perfect time to go live because I don't have to worry about a whole bunch of like people coming in and having their own public opinion. I think people concentrate so much on the numbers that they tend to forget that, you know, me being done. Not having an audience, not having someone dictate what to talk about and things of that nature, that is a privilege within itself. Here we go with the lighting BS. So I do realize that it is really early in the morning. I do realize that you guys could be doing, or whomever watching this, could possibly be doing a whole lot of other constructive things besides, you know, listening to my problematic ass talk about something that I truthfully could give zero fucks about, but I do give fucks about because of the fact that, you know, it does affect me in the long run. And if we can be completely honest, here, we're all self-serving to a degree. Sometimes it's good to have, and quite the contrary, most people just think that I'm up for other reasons, but coffee really does the job. It really does the job, and due to the fact that I'm working today, this morning, this is actually kind of like the perfect time to get this started. Okay, let's see. If you guys have not tried this new caramel macchiato, you're missing out. This is really, really just loves. Okay. Actually, this lighting is actually perfect. This is like really perfect transgender lighting. Now I just need like perfect transgender laptop or iPad setting, and we are good to go. Let's see. So I think one of the great things that I like about being so independent and also like having my own opinion and having my own channel is that, you know, I just have the freedom to be a hot mess and, you know, not have like any particular format that I'm going through, but still be held accountable. So let me bring you guys up to speed for those who care. Okay. Because apparently this is more important than other pressing issues. I don't get it. I really don't get it. All right. So, if you guys are up to speed and if you even care, and trust me, honey, I'm not going to be offended if you don't care because, quite frankly, I don't to a degree. But like I said, let me stop saying that because people are going to be like, well, bitch, why are you doing this video? Bitch, why can't your video stay still? Bitch, you're a cameraman. How about I just have the man and without the camera? Channel. This thing stay. Okay. All right, so let me get straight into it. Sometime last there was some commentary that was said by, I believe, the CEO of Victoria's Secret, And he said that transgenders did not fit into his or the fantasy of what Victoria's Secret's basically, I guess, had for their fall collection or whatever. And you know, things were said. Certain public celebrities and figures were offended. But I guess there was a lot of back and forth that was going back, and I think the biggest mistake that the CEO made was actually going back on his opinion, because this is one of anyone that follows me and that knows what I'm about. I am a big advocate on freedom of speech. I am also very anti-fascism society, which, if you really think about it, I've said this many times before that, and if you don't know what fascism is, then honey, Google it. I can't do everything. I can't expect you to watch this video and be able to see the deeper meaning of it, and then explain to you certain terms that most people should know without having to pick up Google. But anyways, he basically made his comments, and he said something about, it doesn't fit the fantasy or whatever. So my thing is like, okay, I agree. I mean, when I think of Victoria's Secret, I don't think of like, a trans woman, walking down the runway, with a bulge. And what is wrong with a bulge? I mean, that's what we have. And so many people, like, I remember years ago when I used to perform as a rapper, and I performed at this one little thing, and people had a problem with the fact that I was performing with a bulge. And I'm like, well, where do you want me to put it? Well, there's, you can tuck for that. So basically, you want me to conform for your comfort level, but then you want to make a gripe about, this person over here basically not wanting to, include you in things, or exclusion. It's exclusion. Child, all these big words they like to use about problematic, exclusion. Now, see, here's the thing that people need to understand. Okay, so I'm going to put some people up on some knowledge. Now, I'm not going to single anyone out particularly, but people need to understand their privilege. And people made fun of me when I've said this before, because, back in the platform that I had previously, which was the Tea Time Network, I would always tell my co-hosts about her transgender privilege. And believe me, it does exist. It does exist. And you have to recognize your transgender privilege before you start trying to call other people out and demonize them for their privilege. And people, transgender privilege doesn't exist, or whatever. Okay, so this is where I challenge people that honey, any type of privilege exists. You can be anyone and have a certain privilege. But, I come with receipts, honey. Okay. All right, so according to the dictionary online, it says privilege, a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only, that's the magic word, exclusivity, only to a particular person or group of people. Synonyms, advantage, benefits. Okay. Now, I'm going to just say this, and I think that we're in a society right now that is full of privilege, entitled motherfuckers. Like, I'm 38, but I definitely feel that the generations below me or so, aside from lacking basic social skills because they don't know how to talk, and it's just mostly about texting. But there's other things that that are fundamentally wrong with that generation. For one thing, you feel entitled to things that you should not be entitled to. Another thing, oh, child, don't get me started, honey. And you know what's so funny here? My girlfriend, she knows I don't care about bullshit like this and everything like that. But she's just, she brought this up to me, and I'm like, and whatever. She was like, oh, but this is, she told me the problem, and then she says, but this is No Negativity November. This is Transgender Awareness Month, and don't forget Transgender Day of Visibility. Okay. So let me see. Let me go through my papers of, my contract of my, okay, and my don't give a fucks clause. Oh, I don't have one. Okay, so let me let you tranny hoes on something. You tranny privilege hoes know something. Doing transgender, let me make you aware of something during Transgender Awareness Week. Okay. Stop trying to invade female spaces. Stop trying to take your tranny ass up into female spaces. We have spaces for us. Why can't they have spaces for them? If anything, it's not about exclusion. Oh, well, it just sends the message that we're not a fantasy. Okay, we may not be some gay man's fantasy or whomever's fantasy that came up with Victoria's Secret. Bitch, make your own Victoria's Secret. Make your own thing. This is how you create change, by basically being the change that you want to see in the world. And what people don't fail to realize about this whole community uproar and backlash is the fact that Victoria's Secret. Well, honey, let me let you in on a lot of secrets in the transgender community. A lot of secrets is that a lot of these things are very self-serving. And let's see. Did you guys know that one of the people that is a part of this, I guess, people that are disgruntled and, still complaining, how is it that you are a Revlon ambassador? And, honey, you actually had a very successful documentary on YouTube. You drive a fucking hot Mustang. Bitch, my motherfucking car's in the garage because of the fact that my fucking mechanic was on meth for a year and I was on meth with him, and I was too high to fucking realize what was going on. So, I mean, I don't have privileges like that. But I will tell you this. Honey, where does it stop? Bitch, you have it. You are an ambassador of Revlon makeup. Now, I'm not going to do comparison here because, I guess it's whomever you're asking. Do you want to be a spokesperson and you want to represent a makeup company, or do you want to continue putting out the image of us being transsexuals by perpetrating and just putting out there what we are always been known as, being sexualized? And then, 10 years from now, let's just say that we get a transgender model or whatever. And here's the thing about this. This is what I say when I mean that this generation, they feel very entitled because they feel like I honestly feel like that's the microwave generation. Because anything that you want, anything that you need to get done, you can get it done in a matter of seconds. Just pick up your phone. Google, how do I solve this problem? Google, what is the name of this? Google, you know what I'm saying? So it really eliminates the ability to think. And if you don't think that is something, honey, have you ever noticed when you text someone, and I think this is mostly an Android problem, but, I've noticed that it's starting to happen with iPhones as well. But have you ever noticed, when you're texting someone, and I think Facebook is starting to do this too. You're texting someone, And you're like, hey, I just got here. And then, bitch, it will bring up suggestions like, cool. And I'm like, so, like, I don't need no suggestions. I know how to have a conversation. But then I start realizing that, like, a lot of, like, some of these big YouTube personalities that I have met in person, that I've had the unfortunate privilege of getting a chance to know or have had conversations with, there's no personality because of the fact that there is no conversation. You know, they're introverts, you know, and that, I honestly feel like that's the real injustice right there, you know. And the reason I bring up Miss Thing being the Revlon ambassador is because, honey, that's an accomplishment. Bitch, I wish I could be a Revlon ambassador. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's privilege. That is privilege. Bitch, we have an Emmy nominated transgender actress, and y'all know who I'm talking about. That does not even have a makeup deal. You know, we have a whole cast of very talented transgendered actresses, and GLBT cast. Thank you very much. Shout out to Ryan Murphy. We also have another transgender beauty starlet, you know, that is a part of Star. Shout out to Lee Daniels. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, we also have, you know, the transgender people like, you know, Medea. And it just represent. So when does it stop? I mean, come on now. I'm not saying that you should not have to fight for what you believe in, but someone had said one tranny hoe is not going to change, like, people's perception. Now, I disagree with that because I do believe that one tranny hoe being a part of the, I guess, a part of one of the Victoria's Secret angels could change people's perception, because, you know, automatically they're going to put that person, and they're going to be deemed by society, you know, subconsciously or unconsciously, sexy or pretty. Oh, you were picked by Victoria's Secret. You know, how many times have you read an article about something and you see, like, you know, rock star Adam Levine dating Victoria's Secret model, and honey, you don't even know who the model is. All you hear is Victoria's Secret model. So already right there, it's putting it out there that, you know, bitch, you haven't even seen the person, but by them saying Victoria's Secret model, you already have this perception that, oh, this is a bad bitch. This is a bad bitch. So people need to, it's all about retraining your thinking. You know, I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm trying to, you know, retrain my thinking to be more positive. But, you know, there's a difference between being positive and being delusional. And I'm sorry, all of this conversation, I feel like, is diluting public opinion, because now we're going to have people feeling pressured to cast transgenders in their spaces, not because they want to be, like, all inclusive, but because now they feel like, well, if I don't do this, it is going to be, you know, some shit, you know. So this is like, you know, a social public affirmative action that's going on here, you know. And then where does it stop? And I'll go even deeper. It's like affirmative act. No, this is like reverse bullying and a little bit of public shaming. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this transgender privilege that some people acknowledge, or some people don't like to acknowledge, you know, you're using your transgender privilege and your platform to forcibly put pressure on companies, corporations, and people to change things that they envisioned for their company. Honey, if they did not envision having a transgender for that company, then you have to respect that. You know, stop trying to put your tranny ass in everything that is female. You know, we're not females. You know, and I'm so fucking tired of people saying transgender women are women. Period. Transgender women are not women. Period. Listen to what I say. Not women, because there is a problem when you do that. Then you're diluting. Now you are diluting basically. You're diluting the definition of what a woman is. And let me be clear when I say this, because I identify as a two-spirited woman. Two-spirited individual. However, a transgender woman is a trans woman. A transgender woman is a particular type of woman of trans experience. Now, some people you may ask, and you know, particularly in the black community, and they're gonna say, "Oh, that's a nigga," you know what I'm saying? And it's just black or white, you know what I'm saying? So, but you have to be okay with that. You know, I think I have a problem with is the fact that this is getting so much attention. That this is getting so many passionate conversations, but meanwhile, I mean, this is getting so much backlash, but where is the backlash for our president that is really trying to take rights away? Like, you know, we have someone that is really, bitch, you're worried about walking on some goddamn runway, bitch. There won't be no runway for you to walk down because of the fact that we have someone in the White House that is trying to erase our existence, you know, and you have to recognize what's going on here. You know, they start little by little by taking things away. You know, even I myself, when I heard about the whole military, oh, they're banning trans from military. I'm like, okay, when has there ever been like a big thing about trans people fighting in the military? You know, and then it comes with, you know, this administration wanting to take certain rights and provisions away from you know, hate crimes and things of this nature. So what you need to understand here, you transgendered public figures that care so much about the community, this is basically how devaluing starts. And we're in the middle of it. It starts slowly but surely. You start taking things away. And this is exactly, you know, if you really want to look at a great example for this, this is exactly what has happened with the music industry. Back in 1999, when Napster came out, and just changed and fucked up, but also elevated the way we listen to music forever. You know, things started being devalued, mainly music. You know, I grew up in the 90s. I grew up where, bitch, you know, there was a song on an album that I liked, bitch, I had to go and buy the whole album. Yes, bitch, $17.99. I mean, the music back then, you know, you could go to a CD store, and I was working at Wendy's at the time, and bitch, my check was like $150. And I remember that I would go, because there was a music store right next door to me. I think it was Coconut Music. And, you know, bitch, those CDs were not, baby, they were not cheap. $3.99 for a single, you know, $9.99 for an import, you know, $17.99 for the whole album. This is so, bitch, I'm buying like 6-7 CDs and my check is almost gone. So, you know, when Napster came out and started to change music and things of this nature, it basically started devaluing it. It devalued it. So then that's how, over time, you have noticed that the music itself has been devalued. You know, even from the artists, from the content. You know, gone are the days where you had to know how to sing. Gone are the days where you would have to know how to rap or whatever like that. You know, now what is more important is like, okay, you can't sing, you can't dance, but you have 2.5 million followers. we can do something with that. And this is what I've learned very early on. Honey, you can be as talented as Mariah Carey, or you can be as, as untalented as, and when I say this, I mean in the musical sense, as untalented as a Kardashian. However, if you have that it quality, if you have something there, if you have a brand, people can work off of that. But just remember this, you always have to have at least 10% of the talent. Because if you don't have that 10%, then you can't, yeah, you got to have at least the 10%. So I guess what I'm getting at, just without like leaving and just going off into this whole big rant about something else, is that as you see, like how the way that we even see entertainment, that has been devalued. Now it used to be that either you had to be relevant and as a music artist or a actor or talk show host or something or a personality. Now someone can basically literally make a YouTube account in January of, let's say 2019. Bitch, get a good following, do something very controversial or viral by March. Okay. And then have like 1 million followers probably by the end of April. Oh, guess what? I want to be a rapper and I want to be transgender. Then you transition because now you have followers, so they're going to follow you no matter what. Because, like I said, we live in a society that kind of eliminates the ability for you to think. Because, and I'm guilty of this myself. Like, before I look at a video or something like that, how many views does this have? Oh, 330,000 views. Okay, I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? So already right there, I didn't even look at the title. I'm just looking at the views. I'm looking at the likes. So already you have people that are just gravitating to that. So now, let's say we're in June. The person has transitioned. So now the person, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular. Please do not try to start no BS with me. As far as like, oh, guess who she was talking about? No, I'm using this as an example. But then let's say by nowadays, bitch, by October, the person can say, you know what? I want to have a sex change. And if your coin is long enough and you have the right connections, bitch, by December, you can have a sex change. And voila, we have seen a social media starlet transform like before our very own eyes. But see, here's the problem with that. That does not make you any less of a person or less of a trans person. But by you, this is why it's the microwave culture, because things happen so much more faster. By you not having to work, you have this idealism, you have this philosophy on life that, you know what? If I gripe hard enough, if I talk hard enough, if I get enough followers behind me, then I can get results done. And that's problematic because the world does not work like that. It does not work like that. It does not work like that at all. And I've been making a conscious effort to try to be inclusive of like the ideology of like how this could help. But in honesty, I honestly kind of really feel like this does now, all this does is just create resentment and create even more exclusion for trans folks, because this is reverse bullying. This is no different. This is no different than, like, let's say Abercrombie and Finch a couple years ago. No, later. Install later. This is no different from Abercrombie and Finch a couple years ago when the Jersey Shore was very popular. And people never forget about this. Do you know? Okay. and this is where I really feel like it ain't no race thing. It is not no, oh, they're being transphobic. You don't want to date me. You don't want to date me, bitch. You're being transphobic. That is how people see you. That is how people see you when you raise up a stink. And that's how people get in their mind. Like, wait a minute. You don't want to date me? You don't want to hire me for being transgendered? And see, the idiots that follow behind this person that have no ability to think, they don't look at the whole picture. They don't look at the fact that, wait a minute, we just did this campaign to, try to get this hoe on Victoria's Secret. And the only time that she even acknowledges us is when we're helping her out. But she's so gun-ho. And then, girl, Victoria's Secret, honey, Carmen's secret. Carmen's secret is that Carmen gives zero fucks about you. The Carmen secret is the fact that Carmen sees you as a number. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about secrets, honey. But the fact of the matter is that going back to what I was using with the Abercrombie and Finch, I think, Mike the Situation, he was wearing Abercrombie and Finch. And he basically, I remember this very vividly, and some of you guys probably remember this too. I cannot see the comments right now, so if I'm not acknowledging the comments, please bear with me, because I'm still trying to get the hang of this YouTube top chat, live chat viewable. Okay, I'm still trying to get the hang of this YouTube live, but I remember, I don't know who it was at Abercrombie and Finch, but they offered him a certain amount of money for him not to wear Abercrombie and Finch. And I understand that. People made a big stink about this and everything, but, honey, that was not the image that they want to put out. And people need to understand it has nothing to do with personalized things, but it has everything to do with what type of demographics that you are trying to get to. What type of image that you want to put out to, and what type of lifestyle are you trying to, what type of lifestyle are you trying to put out there that people should have? Because I think that when it comes to brand association, everyone can probably say that a great deal of brand association, when you think of like Neiman Marcus, like that department store, is quite different from going to Macy's or JCPenney's. You think of a certain type of person that goes to Neiman Marcus. Then you think about Kmart. So then your expectations of what the lifestyle is it's gonna, you gotta think way down. Probably someone that's, a bargain shopper like myself. Probably someone that is thrifty. And, it's a lifestyle, shopping at Kmart, shopping at Walmart. That's a lifestyle, and that is what they're selling. They're selling that lifestyle. So if they don't feel or see that person fitting into that lifestyle, then you cannot force them and say, you're excluding us. And, that is not right. Bitch. Do you know how many people I exclude on my fucking Grindr a day? And this is how I feel like it affects me, because we're now in a society that, bitch, you can't have preferences. You cannot have preferences, and it's taking shape in every fashion or form. And people always say, like, why do you have a problem with Carmen Carrera? I don't have a problem with Carmen Carrera. I have a problem with what Carmen Carrera and sometimes Gigi Gorgeous, what they represent. They're both lovely ladies. They're both beautiful. But I don't think that they are, sometimes I don't think they're aware, and sometimes I just think that they give what? 0.00000 fucks about, like, how it affects other people. But because of Carmen Carrera having an issue with the word tranny, bitch, there's like 6 or 7 social media outlets that I can go on right now, and I will be banned for using the word tranny. A word that I have used since I was a tranny, a young tranny. That is, hello, short for the word trans. See, people are so fucking sensitive. Like, so you don't like the word tranny? Okay, let me give you a better one. How about the word fag? How about the word petty man? Petty man dressed up like a woman. So maybe those are like more of a thing that you guys can probably get used to. And I did not want to speak on this because I don't feel like this should be making news. I feel like there are way more important, pressing issues that are out there, that really deserves the transgender voice in the community. Like the fact that we have someone that is openly trying to erase us and take our rights away. But it's so stereotypical. Anything to do with beauty, honey, the girls are all there for. I always said that, there's such a lack of community support in this community. And sometimes that you have to manipulate the situation to get support out of the girls. Like when it comes to Transgender Day of Remembrance, the day that they represent the dead and everything like that, which I feel like is a waste of time because, as I've said before, half of these bitches do not give a fuck about the girls when they're alive. Why they're gonna give a fuck now? Oh yeah, because of the fact that they want their public image and their brand to look like they actually give a fuck. But that's a whole nother thing, honey. If you want to do a day of remembrance, how about remembering how hard it was for people that fought at Stonewall to get the rights that you take for granted? How about remembering the little people that you've stepped all over to get on top of where you are now? How about the 25, by the end of this year, will probably be maybe 30, Black trans women that have been killed and slayed, because of them actually being trans. That's a great day of remembrance. I'm just saying, why is it that the people that are the prettiest, the people that are, the more, how can I say, visually appealing and accepted, the ones that get this platform and the say so, and that's problematic. That is problematic because of the fact that, it is really creating a resentful tone. And I can see it. I can really see it because, like, no one wants to feel like they're having their force, like their preference and their whole, like, way of thinking has been forced. And that's fascism. That is fascism. I mean, that's actually Facebook. But that is where we're going to. We are being censored. Hello, welcome. Censorship USA, which will soon be censorship everywhere. People, I just don't know what to say. It's just like, I didn't want to talk about this. I really didn't want to talk about this because, like, one of the things about my platform is, and things of this nature, I really want to concentrate on things that are more beneficial to my cause and everything. But like I said, the fact that this has came up on my timeline way more than the actual problem at hand, which is like our rights been taken away from us, is problematic. That is problematic, and that has come up way more. I'm gonna just end this video because this is all I wanted to get off my chest. I honestly wanted to sit back, take my makeup off, take my hair off, and just basically listen to Wendy Williams be problematic and culture still from the GLBTQ with her with her little isms and things of this nature. I did not want to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to tell these tranny hoes what I've said many times before. But anyways, hopefully this will reach someone, but I doubt it. These hoes don't have enough attention span to sit down for a whole fucking minute. I'm pretty sure sitting down for 39 and 51 seconds to a hoe that has like less than 1,000 followers will definitely not be the interest of anyone. Watch what I say. But you know what's gonna happen? Because this is what always happens. I'm gonna probably be dead, gone, deceased, whatever. You know, probably. My whole opinion and everything, outlook may have changed. Who knows? Maybe I'll be like one of those, like one of those radical, like transgender, like Republicans or something like that. But anyways, but after all this is said and done, this is what's gonna happen. Everything I've said in this video are little bits and pieces. Someone that has a bigger platform and that is deemed less problematic is going to take the same thing, twist it around here and there, and they're gonna say this, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, that's amazing," because I will admit, being a problematic, problematic realist who has pronunciation problems, but aside from that, yeah, being a problematic realist, you shut off a lot of people because then there are people that know what you're about and they're not gonna even push play, bitch, because the bitch, girl, I think that I have pissed more people off in my community. Honey, my transgender community hates me. Probably, I have probably done more of an injustice and more of an injustice to the transgender community than AIDS, black men, the Trump administration has probably done all together. So there you go. There you have it. I will talk to you guys later or never or whatever. I just want to just get this off my chest because of the fact that, if even if someone else takes little bits and pieces of what I said and then they put it in their own thing, which is much shorter, I feel like my full initiative and my full intention of doing this particular video has been met. All right. So I will talk to you guys later or never. And I am signing off. Bye-bye. Oh, the next thing you do is just go ahead and make a speaker in. Okay. Here we go.